Cobra Kai fans, welcome back to the channel for another brand new informative Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 related video. The marketing for Part 1 is in full effect and we just got two brand new promos for two very important characters in the final season. And those two characters are some of Miyagi-Do's finest of Daniel LaRusso and Hawk. And these aren't your typical promos for a brand new season of Cobra Kai. These are actually promos for the Sekai Taikai Global Tournament that's going to be taking place at some point during the final season. And given that characters like Daniel LaRusso and Hawk got these promos, I think we can safely expect that all of the main characters are going to be getting these similar promos. Now, there isn't inherently a ton of information that can be gained from these promos, but there is a few things that I do want to talk about that can be pulled from these that do carry some significance going into Part 1 of the season. Without wasting any more time, let's jump into Daniel LaRusso.
Hi, I'm Daniel LaRusso. From being the All-Valley Karate Champion in '84 and '85 to the face of the LaRusso Auto Group and loving husband and father along the way, I am extremely proud to be sensei at Miyagi-Do. My journey, it's been about so much more than just fighting. It's about balance and respect. I've taken my sensei, Mr. Miyagi's teachings to heart, helping others find their path just as I did. It's not just about karate. It's about building a better life. Where the roots are strong, the tree will survive.
Now, Daniel's promo is a lot more cut and dry than Hawk's. He gives a brief history lesson of his journey growing up and being a two-time All-Valley champion in 1984 and 1985 and how he was able to take the teachings of his mentor, Mr. Miyagi, and incorporate them into his own life and then now pass all those lessons on to his current students. He even talks about how he's a family man with his own business, and the most notable thing is that he's currently the sensei at Miyagi-Do, so this does confirm that the combined dojo will more than likely be entering as Miyagi-Do instead of Eagle Fang, Miyagi Fang, or whatever combined dojo that people were thinking of. Even though it was all stuff that we already knew, especially about Daniel LaRusso, we've seen 3 movies with him, and now heading into our 6th season of content with him, he's definitely the character we know the most about as we've gotten the most content from him, so none of this stuff is really new besides the dojo name of Miyagi-Do that's going to be entering into the Sekai Taikai, which is still pretty cool, and I can't wait to see how else the creators plan to further the character of Daniel LaRusso. Now we move on to our first character promo for the Sekai Taikai that's a student of Miyagi-Do, and that is one of the fan favorites of Hawk.
Sup, I'm Hawk, 2019 All-Valley Karate Champion. I've been doing karate for about 6 years now, 10 if you round up. I started my journey at the Cobra Kai Dojo, where I learned to strike first. Then Eagle Fang, where I learned to focus my offense. And now Miyagi-Do, where I've rounded my skills with a strong defense. It's been a wild ride with my best friend Miguel, my binary brother Dimitri. Yeah, I've changed a lot over the years. But it's not just the haircut or the back tattoo. It's a way of life, man. Just gotta feel the energy and live in the moment, you know? Now we're training for the Sekai Taikai. So prepare yourself, because I'll be bringing the fury of the Hawk!
Like Daniel, Hawk in his promo gives a little bit of a backstory of his journey. He mentions the fact that he's the 2019 All-Valley champion. So at this point in the timeline of Cobra Kai, we're in the fall of 2019, heading into 2020. Hawk also says something a little confusing amongst fans. It kind of breaks down that fourth wall because he mentions that he's been training for 6 years now, even though the timeline of this show has only been just about 2 years. But in May of this year, the show has officially been going on for about 7, so that kind of doesn't really make sense. I don't know if that was a mistake on the parts of whoever was doing the promos or a mistake on Jacob Bertrand, who plays Hawk, when reciting the lines, or it even could have been just a little gag joke. But he also says that if you round up, he's been training for 10 years, which is kind of funny. I know that was definitely a joke, but I'm not really sure what was going on there because the characters, or at least the kids, have definitely not been training for 6 years. They've only been training for about 2. Hawk continues to tell his journey about starting in Cobra Kai, where he first introduced the badass persona of Hawk from being a nerd, then joining Eagle Fang, which didn't really last long, so I don't know how he could have rounded out his offense in Eagle Fang. He kind of did that in Cobra Kai initially. And then he talks about joining eventually Miyagi-Do to fully round out himself as a fighter and become the ultimate badass that we know him to be. And when Hawk talks about joining Miyagi-Do to round out his defense, we get the official reveal of the logo that Miyagi-Do is going to be entering under, and that's your classic rising sun with a bonsai tree. But they've added a cool little detail to the patch and logo on the back of their gis to honor Johnny now that Johnny's officially a sensei in Miyagi-Do, and they added a little eagle over the bonsai tree, which I think is a super cool nod to Johnny. Yeah, they don't have the corny but yet badass name of Eagle Fang, but I still like that they got the eagle in there because Johnny is a big part of this dojo, and it makes sense that they still honor him and his badass offensive teachings that he'll incorporate into the lessons. Hawk concludes his promo by talking about his best friend Miguel, which is kind of surprising because we thought his best friend was Dimitri. He does mention Dimitri, calling him his binary brother, but it's kind of surprising to me that he references Miguel as his best friend over Dimitri, but still cool. They talked about how it's been a wild ride, which it has over these past 2 years in the canon, in the lore, and the fact that he's changed. He's probably had the biggest character development in this show. He's changed the most from the first episode we see him in episode 2 of season 1, all the way up until the beginning of season 6, and I can't wait to see Hawk soar to new heights in the final season. Can't wait to see what exactly they're going to give him to do. I'm all for it. But guys, that's going to do it for this quick little update video on the brand new Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 promos that we got for 2 of the main characters. I'm super looking forward to the other character promos that they're going to be releasing in the coming weeks leading up to July 18th. We're just about exactly a month away from the premiere of the first 5 episodes, and I cannot wait to see what our characters are up to next. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you leave a like if you got something out of today, and if you didn't, as always, change it to a dislike. Any feedback helps out the YouTube channel with the algorithm immensely. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.